Apply to the blacklist if you want to apply to the blacklist. Just don't consider it your end all be all, because it isn't. Nothing is. Nothing. So everything is a crapshoot, so shoot. And that's it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not in between. It works for some people, it doesn't work for a whole lot of people. It's just a shot. Shoot it. Shannan E. Johnson here, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from I did a pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. You have to take everything with a grain of salt and just not look at it as putting all your eggs in one basket. There's no one way of doing this industry, so try them all and see what sticks. And it might end up being not any of that, and it ends up being something else that's random. Most people have a different story on how they got in. Not everybody has the same story. So don't worry about that. If it's a site that you have vetted, researched, read all of the fine print, and you still say, yeah, I want to do this, then do it. And then take whatever comes with it or whatever doesn't come with it and keep writing and trying other things. I don't know if there's a such thing as overloading them if you as the writer know how to deal with it. What are you overloading them with? Because you shouldn't be giving them anything that you're not going to deal with on the page. It's easy for things to be complex if you give everyone their own wants, needs, and points of view. Because if I am selfishly doing things for myself, then I'm going to make your life more complex as you selfishly do things for yourself. You don't have to pile things on top of that. So for example, with mom is simply being a mom. You will pay attention in class. If you don't, you're not going to be able to play basketball. You will go to my alma mater if I do all of this stuff to get you in, because you have to have a plan. All of that is against what he wants to do. It's against what he feels is right for himself, though he doesn't know what's right for himself. Even he doesn't know. I'm not saying that because I'm an adult. Like, he doesn't know what's right. No, like, he literally doesn't know. Your complexities already exist through simple things. So you don't have to overload them. You don't have to try to play up on every single thing. You have to figure out who that character is inside and out, and then put them around people that challenge that. Some people support it. Some people challenge it. Sometimes those supporters become challengers. Sometimes those challengers become supporters. And that's it. And just let it play and make them active in doing something. Why do you have all these people in the show? What are they doing? How are they pushing it forward? If they're not, then it's too many. If they are, then it's not too many. There is no, you should only have this many characters. No. There can be 1 million characters. But what are you doing with them? How are they pushing your story forward? How are they molding, changing, pushing, and pulling your protagonist who is actively trying to do something? You look at a show like This Is Us, that's a lot of main characters. Not a lot of protagonists, but a lot of main characters. You look at a show like Brothers and Sisters, lots of main characters. Not a bunch of protagonists, but a whole bunch of characters. One doesn't work better than the other. If you like to handwrite them. If you like to use computers or telephones, use that. There's no one way of doing that. I think everybody should outline. Outlines help you to prepare to write so that you can not have to rewrite so much. If you do all of the tracking and understanding of your story in the outline form before you get to the script, they're very helpful. But also, if you want to work in this business, most of the time outlines are going to be requested of you. So you might as well start learning how to do them. Bibles, some people use them, some people don't. Character profiles, that's for you and for nobody else. But you should do that for you. You know, you should always figure out who your characters are before you start writing, because then you're going to be able to go to those, get those complexities out that you're talking about. It's just a producer, but what they do, there are different kinds of producers. And so what a creative producer does is the person who is usually seeking out stories, possibly coming up with stories themselves, finding writers to write them, developing those stories, etc. Where there are producers who are more the networking people who know how to get you into the room and build the teams. And then there are the producers who are the money people who know where to find the finances, etc., etc. So they would just be called producers, right? Like you likely will not see in the credits of a movie, creative producer. It'll just say producer or executive producer or, you know, something else like that. But yes, creative producers exist. And those are the people who are developing the stories. They're not writing them, but they're developing them. So they might come up with all the ideas and then they hire writers to execute those ideas. Yeah, you can write short summaries. If you're going to pitch it, you need to do that anyway, but you don't need to write the episodes. You can just do log lines or synopses, but those synopses don't have to be in full detail, right? They're just like, hey, this is where we see it. This is where we see it going. That way, when you're pitching, you can prove that you know where it's going, but you don't need to write those episodes. As a matter of fact, don't write them. You will be wasting your time. But yes, you can do some summaries.
And that's it. Want more content? Like, subscribe, and for notifications. Get notes on your script that get you unstuck at www.theprofessionalpen.com. I'm out.